Three, two, one. Sculpting the life you want for yourself can be as hard as sculpting stone. And for most of us, setting the goals that can get us to that life is like trying to sculpt that stone with your hands. Setting and reaching life goals, much like carving stone, does not have to be that hard though. With the proper mindset, it is certainly possible to carve the life you want for yourself. And it really only takes a couple tools. The ability to identify the difference between your wants and your needs, realistically evaluating those wants and needs, and pursuing a plan with no excuses. Trying to do this all at once can seem like a lot at first. But much like the sculptor, we should begin by trying to look at the bigger picture. When looking at the bigger picture of your life goals, you may begin to identify a lot of them. Whether it's the desire to lose weight, save for a sports car, have more energy, pass a test, or be more prepared throughout your day, it is important to write it all down. From here, you'll want to identify wants, such as wanting to buy that sports car, and needs, such as the need to pay rent. In finding similarities, such as this example, in prioritizing the needs over the wants. From here, you'll want to continue to prioritize needs over other needs. This crucial step will allow you to identify situations, such as how it may be a need to pass that test. But it might be more necessary to develop time management skills so that you have more time in your day so that you can study and be more prepared for that test. With this process of taking a step back to see the bigger picture, you should be able to identify changes that you will need to accomplish your life goals. And hopefully, you will have begun to recognize how realistic some of those goals are. When you begin to pursue your goals, recognizing the reality of the necessary life changes can be the hardest part. And it all begins with a look at oneself. Being honest with ourselves about our strengths and weaknesses is something that not a lot of us are accustomed to doing. And to take that a step further and to continue to work on those strengths and weaknesses can seem impossible to some. This is usually where the evaluation of possibility begins, and it is worth noting what is impossible. But if we're being honest with ourselves, how often do you really put yourself in a challenging situation? How often do you try to change your daily routine? When pursuing your life goals, it'll take a lot of strength to pursue the daily challenges. And on top of that, there will be huge adjustments made to your day-to-day schedule. So, if after realistically evaluating your life goals, and you still see them as a need for your life, it is now time to begin implementing a plan. For me to tell you to make a plan may sound too simple. But if we've been realistic with ourselves up to this point, it really should be that simple. Realistic life goals take baby steps, not giant leaps. After all, you would not expect a person with a broken leg to try and run a marathon that same month. But that being said, a broken leg is not an excuse to never try to run a marathon. Not accepting excuses for yourselves will be a daily challenge, and it is perhaps the most important final step. Every day you will have opportunities to excuse not reaching your goals. But you've already identified it as a priority, and you've set a plan in place, so why not go for it? Now, if after some time, you find yourself making excuses regarding a goal regularly, it may be time to reevaluate that goal's completion. Recognize how the results you've made, and possibly walk away. Our goals are meant to reflect ourselves. And like us, our goals are always changing too. It's important not to feel locked down by a past version's self and the goals they had set. There is a difference between tenacity and hard-headedness. So through this understanding, I hope you have come to realize goal setting for life is not as complex as you may have thought. Sure, it might be tough getting going right away, but these steps will hopefully help you along the way. As you reach your goals, I hope you also continue to develop confidence and continue to make other changes. Big changes take time, but the results are always worth it. I mean, after all, even Rome wasn't built in a day.